Hey everybody, just want to give a huge shout out to our kind supporters from Suntory for blessing us with amazingly delicious Strong Zero. We've been blessed with the amazing lime flavor, peach flavor, green apple. Thank you Strong Zero for lubricating the conversations and keeping it superior.
Superior. Hot superior.
All right, welcome to episode 1.
Episode 1.
Episode 1
very
of,
first.
of the show that has no name, but we'll just call it Pod Superior for now because it's a podcast by...
So superior.
Yeah, and that's us. I'm Dexter.
I'm Jonathan.
And we are the two average Joes that form this little thing called So Superior.
Sneaker and streetwear convention.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's nothing. It's all right. All right. So you're joining us for first episode. We tried this out. It's kind of fun. So we decided that, hey, let's just make something of it and let's just record a whole entire series of podcasts.
We have a very exciting guest, Dexter. Who do we have in the pod tonight?
In the pod, that sounds like we're going to clone someone. But anyway, today we have someone that we've known for quite a bit of time.
Yes.
And I mean, she went from like a person we saw at our events to someone we worked with in the brands, and now she is making it big out there in the digital world. Not NFTs lah, but like in social media and stuff. Our guest today is jeweler. Is it the right correct?
Let's get her to introduce herself.
Yeah.
We have Hanya with us today.
Hello.
Hey Hanya, how's your day?
Tiring, good, but good. Happy to be here today. I'm Hanya and I'm a jeweler who loves my sneakers, and I also do social media on the site. I guess I'm here today because I knew John and Dexter from working in the sneaker line in the past.
Yeah,
And
good times. Good times.
Yeah, I miss those times. Thank you so much for inviting me down to your podcast, guys.
Episode 1 only, no stress.
No
Good.
stress.
Thank you for being here.
You're just the first person, so like, people probably like listen in, probably like 4 million people. And after this, we have all the endorsements coming in. Yeah, no biggie. All right, so Hanya, I mean, how's it going with you right now? Like, how are things?
I've been busy. I've been busy hustling on my jewelry customs and my new 14K jewelry brand label. Time consuming, but it gives me life. I don't dread the work because I love doing what I do.
All right. I mean, now since we are on air with potentially an infinite amount of listeners, time to shout out your brand. What is this 14K gold jewelry line that you are currently doing?
It's called Holy Grail, and it's a play of the word Holy Grail. Yeah.
Ooh,
there we go.
Nice.
Yeah.
But is it like sneaker related since it's a Holy Grail, or is it just in general jewelry?
Actually, it's a word often used in the sneaker scene, so I'm very accustomed to the word. And yes, I got my inspiration from being present in the sneaker scene. So that's how Holy Grail came about.
Dope.
Yeah.
Dope. So I mean, like, end of the day, I mean, I remember Hanya in the past starting out jewelry by doing grills.
Correct.
And before grills.
There was like necklaces, right? I have one. She just told me that mine is tarnished, but I'll go and polish it back.
Yeah.
But grills, but yeah. I mean, you don't see many Singaporeans wearing grills, right, John?
I mean, I know a few guys that do like I guess it suits their personality lah. And it's definitely a very outstanding accessory to have.
Correct. Yeah.
You should get a grill.
I'm good. My grills, I'm past the age for grills lah. I think like getting a door grill. I don't even have a house that needs a grill. So that's okay.
That's a dad joke cause John is a dad.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. But anyway, not about us. Today it's all about Hanya.
Yes.
Yeah, so
All
John,
right.
I'm pretty sure you have a lot of nagging questions up in your head to ask our dear
We'll come
guests.
back to the brand and the stuff that you do now. But
Yeah.
I want to get to know how did you get started? Like in terms of fashion or streetwear. I think you kind of omitted modeling. You do a little bit of modeling, don't you?
I used to lah, but I'm not model standards, I just do it because I guess brands thought they could leverage on the following and audience that I had. Yeah.
Okay.
So definitely not a career in modeling, more of like social media stuff lah, huh?
All right.
Yeah.
Can. So let's start. Like, how did you get into like fashion or like streetwear, sneakers, and all that?
My knack for fashion started as a young teenager when, I started dressing up, started spending money on clothes. So I've always loved dressing up lah. But my journey in streetwear started in university. That was around 2015.
Where did you go to school?
I went to Singapore Management University and did a general degree in business management. But we'll get to that later. Yeah. When it was during that period at university when I became increasingly receptive towards the hip hop culture and music, the rich fashion and sneakers, culture that came with hip hop. So I purchased my first Supremes, my first collaborative sneakers during that period, and it was just been an autopilot ever since. I just had to get more. I got into this dip hole of like, okay, every month I have to get new sneakers. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, 2015 was like a time where not many ladies were going with sneakers. And honestly, lady sneakers were like incredibly hard to find, right?
Correct. So it was hard for me back then as well. But whenever they had like a US size 5 for men's, I must cop it, And it's not often that they do.
Size 7 women's.
Actually, 6.5. 6.5 women.
So one and a half up, down. That's
correct.
That's what I remember.
Correct. But US 5 was the smallest that they would go for men's sizing.
Right.
So I kind of felt bad for girls who were like smaller than me lah. Basically, they couldn't get any of the collaborative shoes in their size. Yeah.
Size 5 is like half my shoe size, man.
What was the appeal about Supreme at the time?
The Supreme?
Yeah, like the Supreme pieces that you caught.
Right? What about it?
I mean, what drew you to like the brand?
Well, back then it was the hype and like the prestige that it was so hard to cop. And also the box logo back then, right? It was all that rage because it was like simple but prestigious and easy to pair. And it was sold out everywhere. So it came with the purchase was like that, what do you call it? The
stickers or like the
gift the knickknacks lah, like the bouncy ball, the dice, the random.
Oh yeah.
Bar,
and they made it so fun to collect their merchandise. I feel like Supreme was at the prime because, they started creating all that merchandise that, other brands weren't making yet.
Accessory wise, right?
Homewares and then they did all that skateboards and like rice cooker. Did they do a rice cooker?
Not yet.
Not yet. Sorry, bricks.
The rice bowl and the chopsticks.
Yes.
Yeah, Supreme should totally make a rice cooker. See, I'm judging that most.
I know ASSC has done rice cooker. Anti-Social Social Club. They've done a rice cooker.
So what? It's a single person's rice cooker. Because it's an anti-social club. Sorry,
one bowl.
One bowl of rice. All right. Well, I mean, to be very frank, it was actually quite rare to see people wear Supreme in 2015, to be honest, because it was like incredibly expensive. I mean, not as expensive now, but still expensive enough that most people won't be copying and then you were buying it. So like, where was the plug? Where was the hookup? Like, who was like getting you this stuff?
How'd you go about getting it?
Yeah.
Oh, back then it was so easy. All the people in the States, right? They'll just buy and they'll resell. And you could easily get it on Instagram. Like people will be reselling it on Instagram. And the markup wasn't that high back then when I first started. But it got incredibly harder as the years went by lah. So
yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Buying a
what's a Supreme piece that you still hold and treasure?
The olive sweatshirt with the olive block box logo, because like olive is my favorite color, and I had a matching olive beanie to go with it. Yeah.
Oh, dope.
Sick.
I could never wear like sweaters in Singapore. Like I sweat a ton, so I don't know how you people actually, not to say you people, but all you fashion people, John including as well. He wears jackets out like to events, and I'm always wondering like how you stay cool. But never mind, that's just me.
State of mind, bro. State of mind.
State of mind, all right. So then I guess like that initial foray into streetwear
Yeah.
will probably lead you to a career in sneakers and streetwear, right?
Yeah.
So-
And I don't know, fortunately for me, all these opportunities, right, they were just there at the right place and the right time. Like I didn't look for it. It just appeared in front of me by chance lah. Fortunately for me, I got a chance to do an internship at Royal Sporting House Singapore. I went in there without thinking much. I just needed to fulfill this internship graduation requirement. So I took a marketing internship there. And somehow, I don't know, I think it's God sent or something lah. They had a sneaker retailer opening in the pipelines when I joined. So
This is the social food we're talking about. The
correct.
social food, yeah.
Yes,
Oh.
man.
Yeah, wow.
The social
The social food, yes. Suntec City and Orchard Central.
That's right. At Orchard Gateway.
Gateway, shout
Yeah.
out RSH, yes. Oh wow, so internship there?
Yeah. And then I was at the beginning of my 4-H, correct? 4-H. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, of like sneakers, and they just got me to do saikang and I could put it in my resume. So good for me, and I gladly took it up because I'm like, yeah, I love sneakers.
Nah.
Yes,
I mean, like that's
I remember the opening of the social food at
Gateway.
Gateway, yeah.
Mm.
I met Faka Faz there.
Oh,
Yeah, Faka, if you're listening, I remember the Ramones joke I gave away to you.
and did he use it ever again?
I don't think he knows the Ramones. He was wearing a jacket with the Ramones.
Whoa.
Right? So I gave him the best Ramones joke in the world. Faka Faz, you remember this? You can use it at the next show.
To be honest, like giving a random person a Ramones joke, supposed to wore a Ramones
It's
jacket.
the best. It's the best Ramones joke in the world. If you know the best Ramones joke in the world, leave us a comment on our socials, and I will hook you up with something. But moving on, yes. So social food, that was the start at RSH, and Saikang, as you mentioned, like just doing any garbage they would dump on you. But
Yeah.
and how did that lead to inroads to other things in that realm?
So I think another sneaker retailer in Singapore noticed it, and you were like, hey, okay, someone is doing sneakers too, and maybe doing it quite well lah. So when I graduated, somehow or other, I think the timing was just right. They had turnover in the company, and they needed to hire someone new, and they thought of me, and I just
Nice.
graduated.
Wow,
So they
that's-
headhunted you,
Yeah.
as they say in HR.
Yeah, correct. And funny thing is, it was through Instagram. Cause
Can you say the name of the retailer?
yeah. The retailer is Seek.
Oh right, Seek.
Yeah.
Seek.
Oh,
Yes,
right.
yes.
Okay, I'm not gonna say I forgot. I almost
No,
forgot.
I wasn't sure, but I know that's where we also know that you were used to work at Seek. Yeah.
All right, Hanya used to hook it up for sick.
For sure.
Like,
Yeah. I used
and
to
it
hook up a lot of kids with sneakers for Seek.
Oh, that was so dope.
Dex, what's your Seek highlight? It'll come to mind.
Oh yeah, I know. I have the perfect one because like I know Hanya hit us up to go for Mike Sherman's yeah.
Brand before Chinatown though. Before Market. Now we know it as Market. Before Chinatown Market, what was it?
ICNY.
Brap! There we go. ICNY,
No, but-
baby.
Was it ICNY event?
Yes, but
The one
I
that
was
that he printed on our shoes and no, that was a
That's
Chinatown.
Chinatown Market
Chinatown Market by
already.
the time. But like, I mean, the first time Mike was down was for ICNY.
Yeah.
That's right. And that was before I joined
Oh
Nice.
wow.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah.
Okay.
So she invited us for the Chinatown Market.
Chinatown
one.
Market one, which
Was
was
so
bigger.
dope.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man.
I still have the shoes at home, like where he printed the Chanel logo on the side of my.
I have a nice Chinatown Market story which I'm not going to tell today.
Oh, right. Okay.
I know that story.
I know
but
that
we're not
story.
gonna-
We all know that story. Okay, so we know that story. But anyway, yes. Sorry to.
Oh yeah, so sick. Wow, I miss sick. I miss having like a variety of shops here. So for you, what was the biggest moment at sick for you?
They pay you well. Better than intern pay lah for sure.
Better in intern pay lah, but it wasn't ideal definitely lower than what was expected of a SMU graduate in Singapore. But I took it up because I couldn't say no to an opportunity to do something that I love, something that I was truly passionate about. And I was still young, starting out,
You're still young now, but
I'm
that was
young.
Compared to him.
oh,
Back then it was more like, okay lah, YOLO lah. Let's go for it and see what happens. Yeah. And then with the opportunity at SICK, that's when I got to know the community, got to know the brands, got to know you guys, John and Dexter, and the artists that were part of the culture. So that was truly the beginning of being part of the sneaker community in Singapore lah, and getting to introduce more kids and more people into that rich culture,
Yeah.
I miss that.
and when the time they reached out to you on Insta, like what was your following like on Insta?
Well, I can't remember, but probably 10K. Or, I've not grown much.
What?
Dexter almost spilled spurted out the drink from his nose. He was like, oh,
You had 10K at 2017.
and they paid you not that fantastic. Wow. Okay.
Because the job was not about being a social media represent for the brand. It was doing
It's value add
marketing.
though, right? I mean,
I guess they leveraged off my social media presence, but they didn't milk it lah. They were respectful about it. So okay lah.
But interestingly, like social media count is very much like money, Like back
These
then,
days.
10K was a lot. Like now you have people like just a snap getting like 200K. Like we have been struggling to push past the.
I don't really care for the numbers lah. But
Yeah, true, true.
To me, 10K is always super impressive. Like
It's nice though. It's
Oh,
nice to
thank
have
you.
a nice number.
no, I think it's not. I mean, it's more about the true. Like, does that 10K really like
Is it
appreciate your content?
is it authentic,
Yeah,
right? Is it
100%.
real? Do people really follow you for what you do? Yeah. Those are the things that I look out for right now when I look at Instagram, Yeah.
For sure. I mean, like, truth be told, full disclosure, in my experience and knowledge of like streetwear and sneakers in Singapore, there are very few social media presences that I can truly say are properly from the culture. And you are one of them. Because to be honest, not like hyping you up just because you're here.
Okay.
All right, because you're already here regardless. but truth be told, like there are very few like truly like streetwear related social media accounts in Singapore.
True.
To be very frank, I mean, you have seen some on TikTok that appear like, hey guys, this you can buy this shoe from this platform at 10% off. Then this guy has never worn proper shoes. He was like wearing some rando, pair of Onitsukas. Like, I'm not saying that Onitsukas are bad, but just like a rando kind.
Yeah. lah. But
Yeah.
even my account, it's not solely just sneakers content as well. It's not purely sneakers. It's a mix of like active lifestyle, jewelry, sometimes and fashion. So you are right that, yeah.
Okay, so back when you were working at SICK, you were not required to post anything that was SICK related.
No, they
No
never,
pressure.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
They
dope.
never asked me to, but
And
I did it because I loved what I did,
SICK.
Yeah, and I wanted to share because people were interested about what I was doing as well.
Yeah, because I remember like SICK was the option to go to when everywhere else. Because the thing about SICK is that it was not like 400 stores around in Singapore, right? It's just only one.
Yeah.
At Ion. And then when you walk in, right, there's a very high chance that you pop by and you see something on the shelf that is sold out everyone else. Not saying that you're not selling out because of like outreach, but that's just how SICK was. It was just a place to go there and pick shoes.
I mean, if you love sneakers, it's wonderful to have another candy store you can visit.
Yeah, correct.
sure.
It was a good variety. It was a good in-between because there was limited ad that was like top tier, selling all the shoes that were hyped, and then they sold out within a minute, that kind that people that would queue for. And then what else did they have?
Limited ad.
What was
Left
it?
Foot.
Left Foot, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of like the sneaker boutiques that we
Boutique,
have.
right?
Yeah.
They needed something that was more GR, general release.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
carrying. And that was SICK. That was what SICK came in to fulfill in the market in Singapore.
And so how did that journey with SICK like I mean, we know Sik's no longer in Singapore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after that, what happened? Like, on your journey?
Actually, again, I don't know why it was like just the right time that but just before Seek closed down because of incoming competitors like JD Sports and Foot Locker.
Who are those guys?
Hey, whoa.
I've never been there.
Whoa.
Okay.
So JD and Foot Locker, if you're hearing out, especially Foot Locker, if you're hearing out there, we love you still. I mean, we had.
They sell shoes? Oh, I want to go check those places out. Wow,
we
these
had
days.
bad blood, but it's all good now. I still buy from you.
Wow, okay, so you're saying that, I guess, like, Seek felt the pressure that all these big players were starting to move to Singapore.
Correct.
Because they paved the way. Would you not say that, like, all
Correct.
our local boutiques, like, were in place?
Yes.
And all the corporates started to take notice.
Yes.
And wow, they have a sneaker convention called Soul Superior.
Yes.
Those guys bring like a shitload of kids down every year annually. And then wow, like sneakers are mainstream and so therefore they with that pathways laid out.
Correct.
And it was a perfect time to exit, I suppose, for them.
They didn't want to exit, actually. They were kind of like pressured to exit because rental was going up, cash flow was not going up. Big players were coming in to take these biggest and more prominent spots at where we were at Ion. Yeah, we weren't up for that competition. We knew we were going to lose out. So as Sig was like having that problem already, I was also reconsidering if, hey, maybe I want to do jewelry, maybe I want to move on from sneakers and try jewelry full time. Yeah. So as when I sent in my resignation letter, well, my boss spoke to me. He was like, hey, we're struggling a little, but we still need someone. We're definitely not going to hire someone new to take your place. How about you do part-time for us? He gave me that option. So I was like, okay, that's fair. Like they can't afford someone new and they need someone who already knows the operations in store. Part-time's not going to take up a lot of my time. So, okay. So there was a little transition into jewelry. Yeah. Before I went into full-on jewelry lah. And eventually when they exited, obviously I also went on to do my own stuff. Yeah.
Which was just jewelry full time?
Sorry?
Which was just jewelry full time?
Oh, it took me a while to do jewelry full time because after I left Sig, I had opportunities to do social media. Because
Full-time influencer.
Something like that lah. So I got a bit distracted along the way. Like, hey, okay, this engagement wants to pay me. So, okay lah, I do
Was that like an agency? Like,
Many agencies actually. Many agencies reached out to me to do engagement posts for them. And because it was instant cash, I took them up. Yeah. So it took me a while. It was not until like end of last year that I realized that, oh, shit, man. Like, it's been maybe 2 years since I left Sig and I've not started on what I wanted for myself in jewelry. Yeah.
Oh,
and in this year, things completely changed for me. Yeah, I started saying a lot more no's for Instagram engagements.
But it's gotta be hard, right? Because especially, people may always see that influencers have this like glitzy life, but they don't understand the amount of work that goes behind making a post. Recently me and John discovered like Instagram Reels. We will be making
it's not easy, yeah.
Oh my god. We were at an event recently where we were like
I disagree. I feel Instagram Reels, if you really want to be like, you know what works. Everybody has that one template. And it's just monotonously silly lah.
Nah.
I feel like, okay, Instagram Reels, and we'll kind of correlate to TikTok, and I don't know whether we're going to go down this rabbit hole of like social media straight on. But it's insane. I have, where I work, I have primary 3-year-old kids singing songs from the 80s through the influence of TikTok. And they have no idea who Rick Astley is, but Rick Astley is somebody I listened to when I was in primary 3 in 1988.
Did they Rickroll you?
They Rickrolled me in real life. I'm like, why are these children singing a song that I heard when I was in school, when they were in school? So that's the power of of socials.
But the thing is that it's still undeniably difficult. Like talking about songs to put into TikTok videos and reels, right?
Yep.
I spent an hour looking for the perfect song that synced to my video. It was insane because I used to ask Hanya for like advice on how to make videos and how do you make this video for like Crap Protect and all that. Then she shared with me, then I just downloaded like the apps
app?
you share, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you subscribe to our podcast, I'll let you know the secret after this. But yeah, so what are some difficulties that you had making this content? Because it is not easy, I can tell you for it.
I mean, I just want to know, like, in terms of like committing after Seek to doing this full time, did that pay enough for you to have peace of mind with like your expenses and living and all that?
I feel
as a
like
graduate and all that.
no, it did not pay me enough. Definitely nothing compared to what my peers are earning in the corporate world or having like full-time jobs. But I did it anyway because I enjoyed it. Like when I was at Seek working for someone, right, every day, I did have this like a bit of anxiety and mental struggle that I was not happy. And I was randomly tell myself that, hey, I'm not feeling happy. I feel like killing myself. And that was occurred quite often when I was still working full-time at Seek, doing sneakers. That was something that I loved, but I didn't like the routine. So when I had the opportunity to do freelance content creation, it didn't pay well, but I appreciated life better during that period. So I was happy to do it still. Yeah. The difficulties, yes, Dexter, I know. Choosing the song part, right? Because I'm not musically inclined like John is, you know.
Yeah, neither am I.
Yeah, so choosing that song also, wow, it has to be a cool song. It has to be a song that is viral and it has to be in sync. Yes, I also have that difficulty.
I have completely different priorities. I mean, for us as Soul Superior as a brand, like I feel like we should pick local songs. Singaporean produced songs. That's one. That's the for me. Whenever I post anything and song selection wise, that's the first thing I go for.
John, you'll be so proud of me because all the reels I've been doing on our behalf have featured local artists.
I mean, I guess there are times to deviate just because of the kind of relevance. But I mean, I think for sure. I mean, we are a Singaporean based event. I'd be very happy to just shout out more local music that I enjoy.
All right.
And it's not forced. It's like I go and see these guys. I love their music and all that. So
that's very respectable. Yeah, thank you for doing that for our local artists.
No, I just feel like it's just good stuff that more needs to be amplified. Like, you know, there's not any real concerns about like why and you know.
So no Travis Scott for our next video.
I don't know many of that man's songs.
Oh, serious?
Yeah, I do not.
I
know.
heard his. I don't know.
Like a light. I don't know anything about that light.
I have no idea as well. By the way, I'm just like
I thank you for opening about like the challenges at the job, and I'm sure it must have been very difficult. You know, like balancing out. So I suppose that break would have helped a little bit with looking after your own well-being and all that stuff.
Yeah, definitely my well-being was better, but it was also a period of like discovering, hey, that I'm wasting time, that I'm not truly pursuing what I initially set myself out to be doing. So for me, I don't want to be a full-time Instagrammer in the long run, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be doing Instagram in my 30s. So Instagram did set me back like maybe 2 years during the pandemic. Yeah, that was my main form of steady income, but it was not enough and it was not sustainable in the long run.
Yeah, I mean, like it's a tricky market, like.
I'm just going to interject here, and I would say that I'm very surprised to hear this, and and looking at your socials, right?
Yeah.
Again on socials, we just have to present this. Everything's awesome. Everything's rosy, right?
A persona.
And you know, I'm just very shocked to hear this, to be very honest. Very surprised. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, maybe because I don't share much about what I want to do in life on my Instagram. I'm not very open about like my dreams online, but yeah, I've always aspired to do jewelry in the long run. Instagram, I do it. Why I started Instagram in the first place, right, was because I was truly passionate about fashion and sharing my OOTDs with people, the curations that I put together, and then being appreciated by like-minded individuals who also love to do it. That was why I started Instagram, you know? It was not because I wanted to be an influencer. So maybe because that of my intention that I continue to do it today, not really to be an influencer, but because I really get joy from doing it. Yeah, although like I still work on my dreams of being a jeweler, I still continue to fulfill like the content on Instagram. Because, that's what I really like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, honest confession right here. Sometimes when I don't know what to wear, right, I will look online on social media, and then I realize that, yeah, it is actually as a layman or as a user, we really do rely a lot on the online sphere for a lot of things that we do. And style is one of them. Like sometimes like I buy a certain piece and I'll be like, how do I even wear this? Then I will look online like, oh, this guy is wearing this shoe with this outfit. Then I'm like, oh, I'm inspired. I piece together.
Yeah.
So it's quite cool because as always, like when we do So Superior, right? When we post stuff, people say, oh, we are the cool kids. But they have no idea that behind the scenes, I think not for you lah, John, but for me, I rely so heavily on social media for a lot of things that I wear as well.
I mean, for me personally, it's very varied. Yes, to keep up with trends, to keep up with what's hot, what's hype. But sometimes also it's a lot of noise lah. Like it's like I don't really like this, but I'm kind of like coerced to like something, But okay, this is a very dark and
like what one example of things that you didn't want to like but you liked in the end.
Oh, I didn't. I'm much older lah. As our rest of our guests today. So I've had the experience of going through things, spending things on things that I didn't really like, and kind of like having to define my own taste a little bit more. So now I think I'm kind of at a little bit of a better place where I'm a little bit more sensible with my purchases. But I definitely had like just fallen down the rabbit hole of things that everybody just keeps flooding in your mind, and you like, do you really think it's cool, or is this some manipulation from the realm of social media that's telling me that I have to have this,
like a panda dunker. Panda dunk.
Panda dunks are great.
Yeah, it's great.
Pandas, dude.
I own 2 pairs.
I don't own a single pair.
What do you know of panda dunks?
Basic, mainstream.
Quality is terrible.
Yeah,
I think colorway wise it is classic, but I think materials and comfort is.
Hey, hot tip for everyone: if you want to get a panda dunk, go on Nike by You, do a Nike dunk, and do it a panda, and the material is way better. It's more comfortable, and you're paying like $30 off the resale price.
Hey,
wow.
I mean, that's your own call. Nike by You, we're not sponsored by Nike by You.
Yeah, we're not sponsored by Nike. We're not sponsored by anyone, by the way, guys.
Good tip.
Yeah.
I mean, a friend of mine shared that it's a possibility because the GR dunks that are available now are made in places like Vietnam and Indonesia, and the Nike by Yous are still made in China. So perhaps that's the reason why the materials are better, the construction is better, the mold, the lasts are better, But again, your personal call. I mean, hey, I think it's a timeless colorway.
It's a classic, yes.
Having done So Superior in the last 10 years, I mean, we've kind of seen like the hype train chuck through many, many highs and lows. I mean, anybody going crazy over acronyms now? No.
No, man.
But
those were good.
if you just close your eyes and look back, those were so coveted back then, right?
Yeah.
Arrow, we love you, by the way. So if you ever like want to see us some acronym gear, you can't really afford $500 tech pens. But speaking on like questionable like things that come our way, one part of being a influencer, because we do get it once in a while,
right?
Brands do send us stuff, and most of the time we like it, but there are times that we get like absolutely.
What's your interaction like with brands?
Yeah,
that I mean, they want to work with you, and versus like when they send you stuff as well.
When brands want to send me stuff, they'll slide into my DMs and ask if we want to, inverted commas, collaborate. Yeah.
That's for freelancers, that's like a red flag.
Is it a red flag for you now? When they say they want to collaborate?
It used to be, but I have learned in good practice to always clarify what collaborate means, Yeah, level the expectations. What do you mean by collaborate? Do you want me to post content for you? What kind of content? And what will you be remunerating me for that effort? Yeah, it's always good practice to ask so that you can, when you level the expectations, you won't be disappointed, Yeah. So ask the brand, what is it you want me to create, and what is the remuneration? If it doesn't align to the amount of time and effort that is required for me to create that content, then I'll tell them that, hey, I will charge this amount for me to give you this deliverables, and then we'll negotiate. Sometimes brands would accept it. Sometimes they'll say, hey, can you like do lower? Then I'll see whether if like it's worth my time. Do I really want it? Sometimes if they have no deliverables at all, they'll be like, oh, it's up to you on how you want to shout out about us. It can be as simple as an IGS. They don't mind also. Then I'll be like, okay.
And they pay you for the IGS and give you the creative space.
Freedom. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So those are the easy clients.
Yeah. And then those are the clients that I will usually say yes to if I want their products. Yeah. If I don't mind having their products in my life, that it value adds to my life. But there are some products that don't value add to my life at all. I'll just kindly tell them that, hey, I won't use these items. I don't want to be wasteful. So thank you so much, for, giving me the opportunity. But yeah, I don't want to be wasteful.
Do you ever worry that means that you'll be on the blacklist?
No. I never ever worry about that. I feel like when you're truthful about it, right? Actually, brands appreciate you better. There are some influencers like brands complain about that. They'll say like, oh, these influencers, they'll take my things and then they won't shout out about us. But for all you know, the influencer doesn't know how to say no.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I have a burning question.
Yeah.
What is the weirdest product or thing that you have to like reject from a brand? Without naming their names, but weird like things that you it was offered to you, but like huh, and then you have to reject.
And I'm sure like you learn this through experience, right? And it would have been difficult at the early stages to have to say no. Yeah. How does that like help your decision making process?
I mean, the first thing that comes to my mind are like probably sex toys. Probably, yeah. But honestly, I'm not. I think sex toys are fine. It's just maybe I just wanted to be more respectful to the people that my family members who follows me lah. Yeah.
Yeah, you.
Yeah. So
Can you imagine like someone sends so superior like
I love
sex?
Tenga, by the way. Tenga, if you're listening, Tenga, you're wonderful. Please send me products, Tenga.
Wait, what? Seriously?
100%. Tenga is masterful in the realm. But aside from that, I hear you. Let's not digress.
yeah. Or like yeah. So those things I think I rejected only because I wanted to be respectful to maybe like my parents or family members who were following me. But no discrimination against sex toys. I think sex toys are great.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, we can share ours. Like last time when we had this conversation, I had this conversation with John. He was asking like, what brands would you not want? Then he was like, man, we were discussing it. That time was 5 years ago.
Okay, I just want to share, so everybody listening out there, the first person I took advice from was Chewy from Street Thing.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And when Chewy said like, I was like, Chewy, like this brand wants to send me something and I probably am never going to wear this.
Yep.
He said like, just say thank you and take it. So that's what somebody from the older generation like advised on. And I understand that.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. But, and if you don't place any expectation on you giving it a shout out, that's okay. Just say thanks. But and I think like this kind of like thought process will still evolve and change through as we
That's very interesting. But Chewy came from the perspective as an agency.
Right.
And there is always a chance for an agency to make financial projects with these brands. So you should never say no to these brands, But I'm coming from a point of view as an influencer with a branding and image to control.
Yep.
Yeah, self-image to manage. So if there are certain brands that I don't want to work with completely, I'll just say no.
Yeah, I mean, like there's something we were discussing like 6 years ago when Crocs was like the absolute lowest of the reputation rung. We would say like we'd never do Crocs.
Abomination.
But now
I wear Crocs.
Crocs, if you hear it out there, We will be down to do a collaboration, right? Right, John? Would you wear a pair of Crocs?
If you should give me the money, Crocs, I will be very
No.
happy with Crocs.
Hey, I just want some Stellar Haze. I want some Stellar Haze Crocs to rock around.
Oh,
Those are dope.
Haze,
So
yeah.
nice. And yeah, if you do want to shout out to Crocs out there.
You mentioned earlier about like agencies approaching you to manage you as you mentioned with the branding and the image that you have. So why reject them and why want to maintain that on your own?
I'm a manager of my own. So I have an image to uphold, right? I don't want to be repping brands that don't align with me. Yeah. So, but even if they, I mean, I don't know, I come from a perspective of an individual. Even if they pay me a certain amount, I still wouldn't, say yes. But if you're coming from a point of view of an agency that requires to pay for your rental, your people, your equipment, then I'm sure you do whatever it takes to earn that cash flow to feed your people.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, and does this apply for events as well? Like, when you're invited to events for launches, do you ever say no, or do you just go like get the tote bag, screen the tote bag, eat the free food?
Yeah, what's with tote bags at events?
Horrible, dude. Horrible.
No, it's not horrible.
It's
I
horrible.
use a lot of them, but
No, everybody gives you a tote bag, dude. Everybody. I don't know. Too many tote bags,
a
right?
damage to the
so
environment.
do you know what the 2022 or 2023 So Superior official merch will be? It'll be a
What?
tote bag.
No, it's not, dude. Like at 2019 So Superior, we asked people to give us old tote bags, and we gave the media like re-screened old tote bags.
Oh, yeah, that was dope.
I like that idea.
I know. I mean, they already exist, and if you feel the need to bring home a tote bag, because you feel
Then you
naked
take
without-
it, right?
Then you take it, and it's re-screened,
Yeah.
it's repurposed, and it's yours uniquely now.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have so many tote bags to donate, man, because of all the events that use those things. Such a waste.
Same here as well.
Can you say no to a tote bag at an event when you go to an event?
I won't say no if I attend the event, but I can say no to it, to attending the event. Yeah. So events, they are rampant now ever since after the
Events are
pandemic.
back, yeah.
And there's so many events happening. I used to go to every one of them because, I FOMO. And I used to think that, I go to events, I'm recognized.
I mean, it's opportunity to make contacts and
Correct.
and possibly of networking.
Yeah, you don't know who you meet, and for the person you meet will give you an opportunity, a doorway to some other things that you can do. And I have to admit that is good, because that's how you gain that visibility as being an influencer. But it comes to a point where you've seen it all already, and Singapore is so small. You go back to the event, you see the same people over and over again. Yeah. And then the things that you get from the event, like the products, they're so small, and you start to realize that it's not worth your time anymore.
Actually, I'm starting to feel that as well, John. Do you feel that? Sometimes we get invites sometimes.
We get invited sometimes. So most of the time, any event that we're invited to, we're quite happy to go lah.
Yeah, okay. Maybe because we don't have that volume.
No, yeah, we're not invited to that many events.
You gotta pump that rookie numbers up. Alright, so any event out there, even if especially it's Tenga
Tenga is
Toys,
wonderful.
we will
100%
go.
Tenga.
We'll go.
Opening a Singapore branch, hit me up.
Yeah.
Hey,
but-
wait. But you're coming from a perspective of being like a brand. A brand.
Okay, I mean,
Convention.
I'll just digress a little bit and share a little bit of background, because prior to all these events, right, if you go back to the 2000s,
Yeah.
before the launch of social media, right,
Yeah.
who would attend all these events? Media. And we're talking
Correct.
about print, digital, and this was
Radio,
before
yeah.
radio. Yeah.
Yeah.
These were the folks that didn't know shit,
Yeah.
100% non-authentic, but with the hope that they would kind of talk about it on their platforms, and those were the only available platforms.
Yeah.
So these guys would hog all those events. And when we ever got to attend one of our sneaker events, right, it was so cherished and treasured, right? Because we were the celebrities. And that's where it came across for us to what if we brought that spotlight to the community, those consumers, and made them feel like the VIPs for the day? Because that's what it is, right? I mean, when you're invited to the event, you are kind of like the VIP of the event. You are feted upon. You get discounts, you get products seeded to you, you get photographs taken. It's like you're made special. And I mean, that's why I felt like when we were able to host and curate our own event like at venues like Pedder before they closed, Pedder on Scots, right? And we got to do the community is being the VIPs for the event. The difference is so tremendous because like they are made to be the stars for that one day.
Yeah.
And I mean, even though it's moved on from print and digital media to influencers on social media, I mean, like I feel there are always people on the outside looking and like, oh, I wish I could have been that guest.
But to share, I mean, just to share some context and just shed some light to this, like on average, how many events do you actually get invited, not say attend, but get invited to on a monthly basis on average?
I would say like 2 to 3 a week.
What?
2 to 3 a week.
And I'll say like no to, and I'll only attend once every 1 to 2 weeks. I limit myself, I can't say yes to everything. Because I need to protect my own personal boundaries, my own personal time and workspace. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
But okay, that's because I also do lifestyle, makeup, fashion. But you guys are strictly sneakers. And I'm sorry, I should have corrected myself. I don't mean brand. You guys come from the perspective as a news outlet. So what does a news outlet do? News outlet delivers the first-hand information, and you guys are...
that's high praise.
Right? So,
I mean, okay, then if you talk about journalism, that other J word, right? Then it has to be constructive and critical. And so how critical are we when people throw money in our faces and ask us to say nice things about things that they do?
I mean, we can take, for example, can I say the name of the brand?
I mean,
you want to go ahead? Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you guys are quite real and genuine, and we can take example from the incident that happened with like Foot Locker. You're unafraid about calling them out, so that is respectable. And I don't know why they had to handle it in a way of like blocking you guys off Instagram. I feel like. Oh, that was very poorly handled. And I was telling my friends, like, if I were the marketing person, I would have never done that. There's so many ways to mend like a relationship.
I looked at it as a win for them. Like we got them on every major publication for that, that incident. Like if you convert the ROI, right, for not a single cent spent, they got in everybody's faces and they could have just turned it around.
They could have, right?
I'm no PR person, but if you turn it around, make it work in your favor.
Correct. I would have done that.
It came from an honest place where we were concerned for safety for people.
Yeah, and you guys were genuine to that, and I have my hats off.
Not many people know this, but I was actually there. I was actually there. I will straight up tell everyone, if you're gonna get hate on Soul Superior, just hate on me, not John, because I was the one who posted it. I went there, I walked through it like on the way from dinner. I was like, what the hell? It's a huge crowd. It's COVID. Here am I eating at a restaurant at 313 for 2 people. And we have like 100, 200 like teenagers. And it was, okay, to be very honest, I didn't expect the backlash. To be very honest, it's still our highest performing post of all time. I mean, controversies.
I buy shoes at Foot Locker, man. So I'm a customer.
But truth be told, this is one example. Very good example. Thank you for bringing it up. Yeah, but...
So you guys have been genuine lah, I know. And Foot Locker, if you've been hearing this, right, they are ready to make amends. There have been some turnovers. The old people have left. So it's time, man. It's time.
Let's have some strong zeros. We're having it right now. Yeah. Let's start the love all over again. Thank you.
But hey, I still attend Foot Locker events all the time.
I buy shoes from Foot Locker all the time.
I post their stuff FOC all the time. So I think, this is like us pimping ourselves out.
For sure.
Yeah. But Foot Locker, if you're hearing this, we still love you guys.
What do you do with products that are sent to you that you don't use? Oof. Just like, it shows up at your door.
Oh, I hate that. I hate those unsolicited seeding products the most because like they don't check in with me. And I don't know where they get the address from. And my address, and it just shows up at my door. Sometimes I don't post about it. Yeah, because like you didn't get my consent to get it sent to my door. I feel like that's very disrespectful. So I'm not gonna give you whatever you expect from me. Yeah. But usually if brands approach me and they ask me nicely, the bare minimum that I would do is to shout out to them on Instagram, provided that I feel like the product aligns with me. if it doesn't align with me, and I would straight up say no lah.
Okay.
I won't receive it.
Have you ever sold anything on Carousel? Because you know that people get seeded product and they sell it on Carousel, or like, so not Carousel sponsored on any other alternate platform where you can resell things.
Okay, definitely. I'm not going to deny that, okay, because I've so many things to clear, so I've definitely sold them on Carousel and on at flea markets especially. I have to be honest, Carousel is a bit troublesome, and I don't have the time to update my Carousel very frequently. So that's a bit of a hassle. The best places to get rid of stuff are at flea markets, man. When you mark them down as low as like $10, people just go there and buy. But I'm very careful about what I post about these flea markets because I don't want to offend the brand. I would never ever like say like what brands are available. If you want, you come down and you just search up my closet yourself. You know, I won't show it on Instagram.
Sure.
Yeah.
John, we got some really ugly shit like before in the mail. I know because like some stuff.
I do not sell anything away.
Yeah, we give.
Are you sure?
I give
it away.
I give product away.
Oh, you give them away.
Yeah.
I mean,
we don't really get that much product anyway.
Okay.
In the first place.
Okay, if you can find people to give away those products, right? I think that's great, man. That's great. But like, you know, I'm pretty small lah. I'm an XS for all my clothes, and my friends are not my size. It's very hard.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's very hard. And it comes to a point where like my friends don't even want them anymore.
The irony is that when we give them away, people resell them on Carousel anyway. They win them.
Oh my god.
We are like
conduit. Yeah.
Outsourcing our selling of the stuff.
I wonder who has a Snoop Dogg from the second event.
There's a signed Snoop Dogg Superstar, right?
I wonder who has it. Like, who has that Superstar?
I wonder who has my signed Virgil Abloh Hyper Dunk from the 10. Right. Which, by the way,
rest in peace, Virgil.
Okay, just to give you like a confession time for those who have been to that 2017 event at the New Zoo, I gave that away as a top prize. That was my pair. I won it like fair and square from DSM raffle. Then I was like thinking, I need a Hallmark big pair to give away for the event.
Yeah.
So we went to the event for DSM with Virgil, and then I got him to sign the box. He spelled so superior wrongly. But RIPs, Virgil, thank you for being such a cool guy to just sign. He was like talking about all stuff.
Super nice, yeah.
I hope the guy who sold it away on Carousel doesn't know what he has sold away. Oh, that was well. I mean, bygones be bygones, man. Bygones be bygones.
Okay, Hanya, like let's get on to current trends.
Yeah.
Things that you love and things that you don't like, kind of like do not like.
Okay. What I don't like anymore, I think wow, that's a bit.
Or what you see currently on like, what do you see currently in the fashion realm where you wish like, let's move on to the next thing. Not for you, not for me.
You mean like sneakers or fashion?
Fashion, sneakers, anything.
Anything goes.
First thing that pops in your head.
John has a
Panda
lot of
dunks. No, I like panda dunks.
No.
I feel like I'm pretty respectful. I think like people who own panda dunks, they have a reason for it, you know?
Yeah.
They're mainstream, a lot of people have it. But
They match with everything. They match with everything.
Yeah, correct. They're versatile.
Pants, yeah, 100%.
Correct. Okay, but yeah, now that we're on the topic of dunks, I think the current generation of dunks, we have to get over it lah. No?
Hey, dude.
I will never get over dunks. To me, dunks are the perfect silhouette.
Dunk SB are perfect, but the current dunks the GRs that we get.
Quality is terrible.
Yes, correct.
Cardboard paper.
It's so painful to my toes.
Trash.
Those we need to get over.
But you ladies get like killer colorways, to be very honest.
But those are the colorways we don't want.
Oh damn! I want a like.
You feel representation for women in the realm of sneakers has improved?
It has improved definitely. But okay lah. Once they start making things unisex, that would be the best.
Oh, that would be dope.
Yeah. Unisex. That means like the colorway ranges the whole like
the size run just goes. Yeah.
Especially for collabs. Yeah.
Right.
Usually for collabs, they stop at 5. Lucky for me, I do get that 5, US 5, but not, unfortunately for girls, they are smaller than 5, they don't get it.
Imagine your men's 4. It's like a grade school size.
Well, I know of girls who are US 4. Yeah.
Oh, damn. But okay, so like in your closet right now, what are your go-tos to like? Okay, let's go back to sneakers.
Don't shout out sponsors. You want to also can lah. But
Okay,
yeah,
but what are certain like things that it's like a staple inside your closet and your fit nowadays?
Don't shout out brands.
Can lah. You don't shout lah.
Shout out whatever you want. Name and shame. Name and gain.
Okay
lah.
100%.
New Balance is damn comfortable. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You have white feet?
I don't have white feet. I have narrow feet, but I can appreciate their white fit silhouettes better than Dunks.
100%.
Yeah, better than the Dunks that are out in the market these days. So I don't really cop Dunks anymore unless the colorway is to die for lah. But I know when I wear them, I'm kind of like, what do you call it? You're substituting your comfort for like the aesthetics, man.
Yeah. Anything for the gram. Anything for the
Right?
gram.
Yeah. Yeah, but a lot of New Balances, the 900 series.
Ooh.
Yeah. Staples colorways are like khaki, sand, brown.
Those are dope colorways.
So-
Earthy tones.
Earthy
Earth
tones. Yeah,
tones.
any brands that do earthy tones in like sneakers or like clothings. Yeah, I'm into that.
Oh, dope. I mean, I know this is about Hanya, but John, I need to ask you as well. What's your like go-to like what are some staples in your? I mean, people want to know about us as well, right? You know.
I mean, like New Balance and Vans send me a lot of shoes lah. So I tend to wear New Balance and Vans just based on comfort and the ability to mix and match lah. Currently.
Yeah, for me, hot take. I wear a lot of Nike, but it hurts my feet because I have a very unusual foot. The front of it is very wide, the back of it is very slim. So people see me in Jordan 1s all the time, but they don't know that I'm dying inside every step I take.
You can wear it for like 3 hours. Then after that, you just want to take them off.
Yeah.
That's it.
I kid you not. Like nowadays, like when
Most comfortable Jordans, 5s for me. Widest.
there's no
But
comfortable.
the crop there are no comfortable.
There's no comfortable Jordans for me.
Really?
Yeah.
The ones are comfortable for me, and my favorite are the Lily Mays.
Yeah.
yeah.
Those are different because they're made of corduroy and satin, and it does expand a little with your feet.
Hanya, when are you ever going to get a collaboration?
Ask Nike lah. I was waiting for
any
it.
other brand?
Okay, dream collaboration.
Or like any brand that want to hit you up. You work with so many brands, right? Like, I mean, yeah. Have you ever asked, like, can I have a design, one that I want to design that's my branding there?
As a young individual, right? Probably Nike, New Balance, or Lululemon.
Ooh,
Sick.
I heard that Lululemon actually produces really good like work pants. Like
I know they have a skate team, but I've never bought their products.
it's $300, dude. The pants.
Lululemon, send us shit. Send us stuff.
Yeah.
I don't do yoga, but I will try.
I will do yoga if you send us stuff.
Yeah,
Oh, so your dream collab would be a Nike, a New Balance, or Lululemon.
Yeah.
Wow. Actually,
Yeah.
that's kind of very synonymous with John. Yours is a Vans, right?
Yeah. It's my thing.
Vans?
I mean, I
Vans.
skate. So
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
And I think the price point, affordability, I feel like it's kind of like more my thing.
I love Vans only when I'm skating. Yeah, they're good skate shoes.
Yeah, these two of them can skate. I can't even ride a damn bicycle right
Oh,
here.
you should try though.
To skate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We go to Palm Studio. Palm
Right.
Skate Park. Yeah.
Oh,
so-
yes.
So
The
shout
indoor-
out. There's another one
Shout
coming
out
up.
Palms. Yeah, shout out Palms.
Indoor skate park.
Oh, it's so dope. I actually was there. We were like telling John, I was like walking around the mall because I was in the area. Then I bumped to Palm and his wife. Then they brought me like a sneak peek. That place is huge. John, you will love it.
I want to go down. Let's all go down. Let's all hit up Palm after this. Palm. We're getting to the skate park.
Yeah,
You
if
two
you're
can
hearing
skate.
this,
I will just sit there and take videos of you all.
So Superior needs some lessons, and so do their kids.
So
Right.
do your kids.
Right?
No, children. Anyway, hey, do you feel that with that experience as an influencer, does it help or hinder your brand with jewelry?
It helps, definitely helps. Because of all the people that I meet at the events and I get to know on a one-to-one basis, I've definitely made some friends, good ones, and they are happy to help me out in my entrepreneurial ventures because they can understand. So, while brands are paying them for like shout outs and engagements, these friends have definitely stepped up to help me, with my own, in shouting out my own brand. So I would say that, the influencer journey was not all, useless. It did came in handy lah. So now I can easily reach out to friends who would help me to do this kind of like promotional activities.
So the jewelry venture is like kind of like the main forefront, and any other opportunities come back as like a side or by way opportunities. Yes,
I would say it's half now. I try to balance it, but I can see that my influencer part has taken a back seat a little, and I've been putting out more jewelry stuff in this year.
The designs are dope though, I must say. I mean, if you haven't followed like Holy Grail, Holy Grail,
yes.
Right, just do check them out on Instagram, and wow, that is actually quite interesting. So like for just curious, like why jewelry? Like of all the accessories that you could have designed, why jewelry?
It was by chance. I wanted grills for myself, and I was at an exchange during university in Montreal, exposed to the hip hop culture, and people there wear grills not for like, they don't think it's overly fancy. To them, it's like normal, And then I saw it and I liked it, and I came back to Singapore and wanted to get it done, but there was no one doing it. So my partner and I, we decided to try and error to get it done. And we figured it out from Instagram.
Wow.
But because it's trade secret, so it was not easy to find. But we just follow a few accounts, see how they do it. We trial and error ourselves to figure it out. And we were officially the first people in Singapore to do it. And that's how Chez Grills started. And from Chez Grills, we realized that the method that you used to do jewelry could be applied to like fine jewelry practices. And that's how we got to do like many different kinds of jewelry, which is very contrary to like the norm. Usually people start from fine jewelry and then they go into hip hop jewelry, but we started from hip hop jewelry and we went into fine jewelry. Yeah, that's how it started.
Is it Chez Grills?
It's Chez Grills. So Chez is French. It's meant. It stands for House of
Grills.
House of Grills.
So I mean, for those who have not been put on Chez Grills or for Holy Grail, go check them out. You could be looking at like the future Johnny Dang. You know Johnny Dang? I love Johnny Dang.
I love him, man. He's so awkward, but he's so big. You know
Johnny Dang?
I know. I've seen some videos.
Oh my god, yeah. He's my idol.
Oh,
he
I
goes
love
around
him.
just walking around with he absolutely just tells people like, this is a rap, this is a replica, this is a replica, but my grill is $150,000. So what are you gonna say about that? I love his confidence. But hey, truth be told, so when I heard of Chez Grills, it was the first time I seen a company in Singapore actually making grills for people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any notable people that have bought your grills? Just a shout out,
It makes a difference, right?
Yeah.
The clientele.
I would say Mern. He has been supportive.
Mern, my daughter loves Mern. Shout out Mern.
Yeah.
Was he the guy who was
Shake
spinning
Shack, bro.
Shack Sounds?
Yes, Shack Sounds.
Dude.
Shake Shack, hit us up.
All right, but wow, he got grills from you. But he's a DJ. DJs?
Oh, I mean, there are many others like I can't remember the name right now.
It's okay. It's a client confidentiality.
Okay, Hanya, aside from this, highlights. So in general, like the journey you've been through, doing your jewelry, high points, low points. Give us some.
High points. We get to create crazy stuff with artists. Yeah, like I love the pendants that I did for Mern and Gentle Bones.
Oh,
Those-
I remember those. I remember those.
Those were really pretty. The art piece was commissioned by another artist in Singapore. So it was like, I would say a 3-way collaboration, only that the artists, both sides were paid. Yeah. Like by Mern and Gentle Bones lah.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, those were really nice. Those were, when we get to, so high points are when we get to execute artistically beautiful things and people were willing to pay for it. Low points were like people asking for cheap stuff and asking for discounts lah.
What,
So-
$10 grills?
I post, you give it to me lah. Yeah, like the
Yeah, or like, oh, can cheaper not, bro?
The bro word.
bro.
Yeah, and they
Bro,
give
bro.
and they bro the account without knowing that, hey, actually, like, it's not just a guy doing it, you know?
Right.
Actually, when you tell people that you're the one behind Chez Grills, I mean, more Chez Grills than Holly Gray, do people like get shocked? Like, it's a lady, because honestly, hip hop jewelry has always been very male dominated.
No, people are not shocked. Actually, the people are okay with it. They accept it. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty interesting.
But okay, so the business is divided into two. Nowadays I take up more of the custom rings, pendants, necklaces, those I do. Then I have a partner who does solely the grills.
Nice.
And he's a guy. And he deals with those people that are some kind.
One kind.
Yeah,
is the Singaporean
grills,
term.
they draw a certain kind of clientele.
Yeah.
They do.
And you need to have a equally strong character to deal and meet them in the middle, right?
Correct. Yeah. Yes, you're right on that.
Wow. So John, grills? You want to get a grill?
It's okay. Again,
You get daddy on it.
I
Daddy.
get insurance settled for my children first.
Daddy grills.
But yeah, Singaporeans are not big on grills lah. They're more practical. They spend on things that they need. So I get more.
I think
requests.
the spending power is so diverse anyway. Whoever wants, to that has been always at the back of their mind thinking of getting a grill. No, that'd be cool. Yeah.
No, you're not right on that actually.
What?
In the
Really?
States, right, they live paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
Correct?
I
So
agree.
they will spend on frivolous things and they'll just wait for their next paycheck to pay on more frivolous things. But Singaporeans is like, oh, I gotta pay for my house, I've got to pay for my kids.
Hey,
They
man,
think more.
I just posted on Instagram today that you can buy your Atome $2 bun on 3
For bread talk,
interest-free
right?
installments, which is like I can just pay 90 cents this month, 90 cents next month, and 20 cents in the last month.
Yeah. When you posted that, I was like, it was so weirded out. I was like, who paid?
Hey, have you done something like that before? I mean, is that
Atomy for grills?
Not for something such a small value, but maybe if you pimp it out to the people in the States, they will do it.
Sure, because they probably are not very savvy in managing their finances.
Oh.
But hey, we're not
Wow.
here to nag you to tell you what you want to do in
Wow.
your life.
Our American fans out there, the potential 4 million of
I love
viewers out
America.
there. Yeah, we love you still.
Anya, how do you see yourself progressing in the next decade?
Yeah.
So I've kind of adapted to the taste of Singaporeans and decided that they are not looking for hip hop jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
They're a bit more realistic. They look for like custom engagement rings, wedding bands, simple things that they can wear to their offices. Not because they don't. Truth be told, we don't really have like a huge creative scene here, which gets to dress the way that like they want to. They have like a standard way of dressing to work lah.
OL.
Correct. So that's how Holly Gray came about. Sorry. A little bit more mainstream and versatile for the Singaporean crowd. But I definitely don't want to do Holly Gray in the long run.
Oh, that's interesting. It's a brand that you just started.
I just started it, but I'm here to serve the crowd that is here.
Oh, wow.
I hear you, man. Like get the solid service.
Correct.
And then you do your creative stuff on the side.
That's right. So I'm keeping Chez G by my side where I can still do my artistic executions. Those I love the most. So that's how I see myself progressing in the future. If any jewelry brand wants to invest in Holly Gray, local jewelry brands who see the potential in the contemporary styles that we're putting out there, look Holly Gray up.
Yeah. Taka jewelry.
Yeah, right.
Taka
yeah.
jewelry.
So you're down to keep it independent. No hope of somebody buying you over.
She just said that Taka jewelry comes and said, "Hey, I appreciate your style.
Let's get you on board to do a. Okay,
Yeah, I'll do it. And
Taka jewelry.
yeah,
No, I mean that's true. You have to find a way to get out there as well.
For sure.
And for those people, I must put out a disclaimer out there. Most people will say that when you work with a certain brand or work with certain groups and you say you're sold out, that whole term of selling out. Dude, we have to put food on our table. We have to pay for our rent and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, there are certain principles we live by, but there are certain things that we will do, especially if we can push the boundary and if our creativity is not compromised, go for it, right?
Yeah, man. And I feel like I still have that channel of Chez Grills to be artistic. So that's what I don't want to be ripped off.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm okay
This is the part you rub your chin and
Yep.
give dispense any advice.
Advice?
Yeah.
If you're being an aspiring influencer,
Yeah.
maybe if
How do I get free clothes, Hanya? How do I get free sneakers?
just do it because you love it, The
Right.
brands will approach you naturally. Yeah. Don't do it in your own way. Don't try to be someone that you're not. And if you get noticed, then good for you. Yeah.
You know what's funny? Because she said that, you saying that you want to be sponsored by Tenga came to my mind.
I use Tenga products. I'm not embarrassed to say it. I use Tenga products.
Actually, it's not.
Tenga.
Okay, but truth be told, I mean, like, what you being upfront of it is dope, and I hope.
Yeah.
Sure, do you know that Tenga has got a skateboarding team?
Oh,
Yeah.
seriously?
Digress. Yeah. Eli Reid is on Tenga's skateboarding team.
So do they? I mean,
Hey, it's health products, bro. Health products. Just like all the other, I'm not going to name the MLM brands, but that those brands, like they sell health products. It's just different strokes for different folks.
all right.
Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. If there are brands that you want to work with, right? Just say it, man. Be
them up.
genuine, be real. Yeah. Don't try to be like beat around the bush or like try to be like inaccessible. Yeah. For all you know, you may not get the opportunity now, but a few rounds down
Along
the
the way.
road. Yeah, you might just get it. Someone will notice you,
100%.
Yeah.
Manifest.
Manifest it. Correct. Correct.
Yeah. All right. I mean, wow, we've been talking for
Last one.
yeah,
Yeah.
last one.
Shout outs. Anybody want to shout out? This is the moment you give your thank yous. Your flowers.
Wow.
Charles,
So,
I was super unprepared for this, man. But
Anybody you think that's doing rad stuff right now? You think like, oh, this person's like super inspiring, rad. Help me along the way.
a bit hard to say. I would say like the shout outs that I want to do, right, are for my closest friends actually.
Name them.
Ooh.
I would have to say that my influencer friends have supported me along the way. Yeah, influencers may seem like a bad name, right? But actually, like, they can be very supportive as well. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, they're people too, lah.
There are people too, yeah. They
100%.
and most of them somehow or other they become entrepreneurs themselves, so they understand the struggles of like doing your own business. It's not easy. Yeah.
For sure. I mean, it's just like an Academy Award kind of thing, right? You say a thank you speech, there's no end to it. You thank your mother, father, grandfather, goldfish, the chai fan auntie that gives you extra
Chai
meat.
gave me that nutritional value, man, every day.
That,
I never eat chai fan in my life.
that sound. You never eat chai fan in your life?
No. That's another story for another day.
Chai fan, I would love to get a chai fan sponsor.
I love Thai fun, man.
I love chai fan.
Yeah,
dude.
man. It's like
Favorite chai fan. Let's go. That's a shout out right now.
Shout out chai fan.
okay, my favorite Thai fun is the one at the new Katong Shopping Centre food court. The brand new one. It's called Teochew porridge or something lah.
Oh,
Actually, yeah.
Katong Shopping Centre, you only eat Katong Shopping Centre chicken rice.
I like the chicken rice.
I love it, but when you have had it too many times, right, it's kind of boring. Actually, the one at Tanjong Katong, the Nansing one, is pretty good.
Oh, dope.
If not the Kipos at Cornerstone. He knows it.
Kevin is checking.
Yeah,
Bring
Kipos
me to
is
this
good.
stuff. You didn't bring us to this kind of kipos and stuff. But dope. All right. I think thank you so much, Hanya. Wow.
Yeah.
That is been.
This has been a good chat, man. Appreciate it. Episode 1. Thank you.
But for those who don't know, this is one take. It's surprising as hell. Or maybe not one take, but yeah, you know that it's first time. Give some chance lah. Yeah. So I mean, yes, this is Port Superior with the good folks at Seoul Superior, and we have Hanya once again here. So there'll be more, right, John?
Hopefully, yeah. Let's go.
Who do you want to see on this podcast? Let us know.
You'll stay tuned and find out.
Oh, more special guests? Maybe we're just talking to ourselves as well. Who knows? All right. So shout out to everyone who's just tuning in. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Port Superior. This is Dexter.
John.
Signing out. Stay cool, stay beautiful, and stay lovely, Singapore.
Peace.
Superior.